sinew, skin and sinew. The master calls. There must be blood. Blood for the blood god.
Welcome back to Battle for Arcos, where a demonic presence grips the hive. The Lord of Skin and Sinew is at work, an ancient and powerful demon of corn, the blood god. This, however, isn't the first time his presence has been felt on Necromunda, but it certainly is the strongest. The Corpse Grinder cult invoke his name during sacrifices in hopes to become his spawn. Hivers starve, cannibalize the weak, and become more numb to the taste of human flesh and blood. Today, the Lodge of the Damned launches an assault on the iron skulls of House Goliath. The blood god would be pleased with these hulks of mankind. Before we get to it, however, let's see the midweek campaign table and see how both sides have changed since the insurrection phase. The Fallen Angels take their first loss of the campaign and go to 3-1. They have 8 out of actions caused, a reputation of 12, a total wealth of 1440, and 7 meat. The Iron Skulls sit at 2-1 with 13 out of actions caused, a reputation of 3, total wealth of 1325. Highsec, who won against the Fallen Angels, improved to 2-2. They have a whopping 21 out of actions caused, a reputation of 3, wealth of 1638, and 6 meat. And the Lodge of the Damned are 0-3, only 3 out of actions caused, reputation of 1, and a wealth of 1350. The Corpse Grinder cult, Lodge of the Damned, will spend their credits in preparation for the Damnation phase. Everyone upgrades to an armored undersuit, improving their saves. The majority of fighters add smoke grenades to cover their advance. They also realign weapons, changing the majority of fighters to dual-wielding Butcher's Chain Cleavers. This would give a normal Ganger 5 attacks on the charge with the paired rule. In territories, the Chaos Fane generates 9 meat, the Reclamation Zone generates 1 meat and 4 scavenge rolls, and the Fungal Sprawl generates 5 pieces of meat. They depart for battle today with 10 fighters, 15 pieces of meat, and 4 scavenge rolls, a gang rating of 1555 with a total wealth of 1600. The Iron Skulls of House Goliath prepare for battle with their 250 credit addition. Everyone adds stem slugs to their cards. A champion, Butch, joins the crew with a renderizer serrated axe, stub gun, frag grenades, and respirator and stem slugs. He rolled up Nerves of Steel on his trait, which is a good one. They also add a ganger, Chop, who brings a spudjack, axe, stub gun, stem slugs, and smoke grenades. For territories, the Settlement gives 3 portions of meat, the Shrine adds 3 pieces of meat, and Acid, Fuse, Scuzz, Rivet, and Butch are all blessed, giving them a 6-up invuln for the next match. The Manufactorum level gives 3 meat and 1 scavenge roll. They depart for battle with a full 10 fighters, 9 meat, 1 scavenge roll, a gang rating of 1570, and a total wealth of 1575. Dipstick will leave with an empty belly, giving him the Starved special rule. The ascendancy for today's game is from the Hand of Chaos, and it is Gnawing Hunger. That means after selecting crews, both players will roll a d3 and randomly select fighters to suffer the effects of starving, lowering their strength and giving them Cannibalize. Search and Destroy was rolled up today, and the Lodge of the Damned is our attacker. The Lodge will be attacking at full strength with 10 fighters. The Iron Skulls rolled up a 4 on a d3, so they will get d3 plus 3. Random, which is a starting crew of 5. The remaining 5 will come in as reinforcements. Chop, Dipstick, Diesel, Rivet, and Fuse will be on the board. As you know, the scenario places a cache in each quarter of the battlefield. A fighter must be more than 6 inches from the board edge in order to search. On a 5 or 6, a cache has been found. The attacker is trying to destroy it for 1 VP, while the defender is trying to get it off the board for 2 VP. The battle ends when all caches have been removed or destroyed, or if only 1 gang has fighters remaining. The side with the most VP wins. For the Ascendancy effect, the Lodge rolls up a 3, so Nightmare is starved, as is Azrael and Ripper. Goliath also must starve 3 random fighters. That will be Butch, Fuse, and Dipstick. And we are ready to get things started. The Initiates have infiltrated on the board, and we are ready for priority rolls for turn 1. Priority rolls hit the table with the Iron Skulls. With black dice today, they will be taking the first turn, and Diesel is going to use both of his actions to move up. For the sake of speed, we're going to see a group activation from the Hand of Crimson. Nightmare will move, and Azrael will move as well as they move up the flank. Back over for the Iron Skulls, we will see Dipstick use both of his actions to move. We've then got another group activation from the Lodge of the Damned, this time N'Zoth, Malachi. Chop will activate from the Iron Skulls. He's going to move to the side. And then Skorak is going to activate for the Lodge of the Damned. He is going to make a 10-inch move. And another group activation here, this time for the Iron Skulls. We are going to see Rivet and Fuse use both of their actions to move. And that is going to bring the opening turn to a close. So the Lodge of the Damned starting out with an advantage here on the opening turn. 1, they have more fighters. 2, their initiates have the infiltrate special rule, so they are actually in all 4 quarters of the board right now and doing a search for the caches. We'll have to see what turns up as we move to the end phase. Rexar will search first, and he is going to find a cache, so it will take an initiative check to destroy that on the next turn. Rib Splitter is going to roll up a frag trap. That's going to be an explosion. Spleen Carver is going to roll up, and it's going to be a 1 as well, which is another frag trap. This is going to be unfortunate for them. And then Ripper is going to go last. He is going to roll up a 2, which I believe is nothing. While attempting to loot, Rib Splitter has uncovered a frag trap, and it explodes 5 inches. He's going to take a strength 3 hit. Luckily for him, it needs 4s to wound, and that 1 will not do it. Does it knock him back? The answer is no. He is just going to go down pinned. Very lucky there. Next up is going to be Spleen Carver, also getting a frag trap. Good thing that line wasn't any closer. He is going to get wounded on a 4+, and this is going to do a wound, so he's going to have to roll out an armor save. And lucky for him, he passes on a 6. Does it knock him back? The answer is yes, it does. He will be knocked back and pinned, but very fortunate for the corpse grinders here. Turn 2 priority rolls are going out, and the Lodge of the Damned will be up. Ripper will search for them, while Diesel and Fuse will search for the Iron Skulls. Rexar is going to move up, get point-blank range with Dipstick. He cocks in man-stopper rounds into the auto pistol, and he fires needing 3s, and he is going to get a hit. An ammo check will be required. Dipstick is going to go down pinned. The ammo check is actually failed, so since it is limited ammunition, it will be deleted from his fighter card. Roll to wound, it just needs a 3 here, and it fails. So he is just going down pinned. Then we're going to see Rivet. He is going to react to that, moving his 4 inches over, and he is going to target Rexar with his Rivet Cannon. It is 1 inch out of range, however, so he is just going to take an ammo check, and he is going to fail. He is going to be out of ammo as well. Next, we're going to see a group activation from N'Zoth. He is going to make a double move up. Malachi is going to follow him, also making a double move. Back to the Iron Skulls, Chop is going to make a double move, applying pressure to Rexar on the backside. Skorak will make a double move. Dipstick is going to stand, and he is going to fire with his stub gun at Rexar. It is short range, but he has got a lingering injury, so normally hitting on 6s, hitting on 4s here, the shot's going to miss. Then we're going to see Spleen Carver get to his feet and just stand. Nightmare is going to activate next. He's going to move up and open the door. And then the Hand of Crimson is going to move through, and with his second action, he is going to lob a frag grenade newly added to his card. And he can throw this up to 12 inches. He throws the shot out, and it is going to miss. We're going to roll for a scatter here. It's going to scatter back towards him. How much does it scatter? It's going to be 5 inches. That's not enough to hit him. It did head in his direction, but not quite enough. We do take an ammo check because it is a grenade and it is fine. Then we're going to see Azrael. He is going to make a double move through the door as well. And that is going to bring us to the end of turn 2. So we can feel the pressure mounting here as both sides get closer to each other. We do have 1 cache on the board and some that will need to be searched for this turn. And we're going to move on to those rolls. And rolling up a d6 for Diesel, and on a 5 or a 6, he finds a cache, and he does. Fuse, rolling up a d6, can't find anything in this quadrant now because Diesel already found it, so he is good. And then Ripper is going to search for the Lodge of the Damned. He rolls up a 2, which is nothing. Spike will enter the board in the Lodge of the Damned deployment zone, and we are readying up for turn 3. In a quick update to turn 2, we totally forgot about Rib Splitter because he was under this piece of terrain here, so we did allow him to stand and make a move. Turn 3 priority rolls hit the deck. Lodge of the Damned in red, Iron Skulls in black. They are going to win the initiative for turn 3, and they're going to protect the victory points right here. He can be charged by these guys coming around the flank, so he's going to make a double move back to the deployment zone where they can't reach him. He's going to be able to get this off the board. And then in a surprise move, we are going to see Rexar. He is going to announce a charge into Chop, not fearing the Juve because he is starved, has lowered strength, and plus he has an eye injury, so his ballistic skill, not very good. Now Rexar is out of ammo, so 2 attacks are going to his Boning Sword. He's going to connect with one of these, needing 4s. And if he can get a 5 right here, it is going to cut right through the furnace plates. Does not, however. Reaction attacks will come back across from Chop. The axe will be in red, and the Spud Jacker will be in black, and both of his attacks are going to miss. So nothing happening here. These 2 staying locked in combat. Fuse is up next. First action will open this door. The second action is going to be to fire his grenade launcher, looking at Rib Splitter. He's got an open shot. Needing a 4 here, he's going to miss. And we're going to roll up a scatter die and a d6 to see where this thing goes. And it is going to be a 6, and it's going to scatter right into the wall beside him. So it's still going to hit. He's going to go down pinned. This will be a strength 3 hit. We are first going to roll if he gets knocked back, which he does. We also roll a scatter die for the direction and move him accordingly. And then the wound roll comes out now. Again, he's going to need 4s due to strength 3 versus toughness 3. It will do a wound, and then a save will be taken, and it will be made. And here's why this 3-up save, I believe, is made, is because he has flak armor. That is a 5-up save against blast. He has an armored undersuit recently added, which takes that to a 4, and then he's got an initiate's mask, which adds another +1, taking that down to a 3. Let me know if I got that right or wrong in the comments. The Hand of Crimson activates next. Due to first to the fight, he rolls a d6 on his charge, and he needs a 9 to get there, and he's going to miss it by an inch, stopping 1 inch short of Chop. Dipstick will move, and then he is going to activate the lift. Due to his eye injury, he's pretty useless. Azrael is going to double move next to the loot crate here. And then Rivet is going to reload his Rivet cannon, and he is going to make a simple move. Nightmare is going to make a double move next to Azrael. And Chop is going to fight here. He's going to swing with his axe in red and the Spudjacker in black. 2 attacks hitting on 4s. The axe will connect, and it will need 3s to wound due to his higher strength. He's going to get a wound here, and then the save is rolled out, and it's good. There's no AP on the weapon. And then Rexar will fight back with his Boning Sword, needing a 4. And he is going to miss. And then we're going to activate a few fighters all at once for the Corpse Grinders just to speed things up. Nazoth will move up. We'll see Skorak and Malachi. They're going to make retreat moves back towards their board edge to try to deal with Spike. Spike then activates, moves up with his first action, and he is going to target Ripper with his stub cannon. Ripper is going to get cover here. And the shot is at long range, so rolling those dice out, it is going to miss. An ammo check is required and will be failed, so his stub cannon will need to be reloaded before it can be used again. And that is going to bring us to the end of the turn. Going to roll out a die here for Ripper on his search. He will not find anything. And we're moving around the board. We do have another search going on the other side. This one is done by Spleen Carver. And rolling out for him, he is actually going to find a cache. So the cache in this quadrant has been located and should be an easy one for the Corpse Grinders to pick up. And on the back side of the board, the Iron Skulls will pick up 2 victory points there from Diesel. And then we're going to see a very important priority roll coming up next. Butch will enter the board for the Iron Skulls, and whoever wins priority potentially is going to be getting attacks off. The Corpse Grinders are in a position to tie this game up quickly based on where they're at on the board. Big turn 4 priority roll coming out. Corpse Grinders in red, and it looks like House Goliath will be up. With nobody searching on this turn, Chop is going to stick himself with Stem Slugs, and he is going to attack Rexar with his axe in red and the Spudjack in black. He is going to get a hit with the axe, and then rolling up to wound, his strength, movement, and toughness are both increased by 2, so he just needs 2s to wounds. That's going to go through easily. Save comes through, and it is a 1, which is going to be failed, so an injury die will be rolled out for Rexar, and it is going to be an out of action. He is going to get the coup de grace from Chop. The Hand of Crimson takes a cool check, and he is good, and he announces a charge into Chop. He's going to get 4 attacks, 2 with his Rotary Flensing Saw, and 2 from his Butcher's Cleaver, and he only needs 2s to hit. He's going to get a disarm here, and it's Strength 5 versus Toughness 6, so he needs 5s to wound, and he's going to get a 6 here. That is going to give the Shred rule, which doubles the AP. So the Flensing Saw is going to hit at AP -4. There's no save on that. The Butcher's Cleaver fails the armor save here at AP -1. It's going to be 3 damage in total. Thought about a tactics card here, but injury dice rolled out. He goes down with a serious injury and gets the coup de grace from the Hand of Crimson. Luckily, so far, nobody has been starving. Up next, we're going to see Spike. He is going to move and fire his stub gun, needing a 4-up, and he's going to be firing at Ripper. He's going to get a hit here. No ammo check required. Roll to wound, needing a 4. It will fail, so Ripper will go down pinned. Next up, Rip Splitter is going to stand up, and then he is going to use his second action to move out of line of sight of Fuse. And then Fuse is going to inject a Stem Slug to get that extra 2 inches on the move, and he's going up the ladder to give some overwatch with his grenade launcher. Next up, Malachi is going to move within 2 inches of Spleen Carver here. This actually helps him when he goes to destroy the chest. And then Dipstick is going to make a double move going up the stairs. Skorak is going to make a move as well. Diesel will activate next, and he is going to make a double move, watching N'Zoth closely. And Spleen Carver will attempt to destroy the chest, needing a 7 here, and he is going to fail. Rivet's going to move next, and he's going to activate the lift going up to the 2nd level. And then Nightmare will activate. He's going to attempt to destroy the cache, and he will successfully do so on this 8. I think that's exactly what he needed with the friend nearby. And then Butch is going to make a double move. N'Zoth is going to make a double move, closing the gap on Diesel. Azrael is going to make a double move, going to protect Ripper. And Ripper is going to stand and fire at Spike with his auto pistol. He is going to hit on a 4, but he is going to miss. And turn 4 in the books, the Iron Skulls take a bottle check and they roll up a 6, which is going to be a bottle for them. So they will be testing at the start of next turn. Acid is going to come in from reinforcements. Bone Crusher still being held off. It is random who comes in. Acid will enter where the Lodge of the Damned started the game in their deployment zone. Fuse has safely recovered from using his Stem Slugs, and we are getting ready for turn 5. The Iron Skulls of House Goliath up 2-1. Priority rolls going out for turn 5. The Corpse Grinders are going to roll up a 6 and take the priority. The only bottle check that was failed was Butch with Snake Eyes, and he has fled the battlefield. With Nightmare and Ripper searching for the Corpse Grinders, Rib Splitter will announce a charge into Spike. He is going to swing twice with his Boning Sword and shoot once with his auto pistol. Total of 3 attacks, needing 4s. The Boning Sword will be in red, and this is a terrible roll. No hits going through there. This is going to draw a reaction from Spike. He is going to turn to face and therefore be at a -1 to hit, so he will need 5s. He's going to swing with his fighting knife as well as his stub gun, and he is going to swing with 2 6s. That's going to be hits, and then rolls to wound. He's going to be the same result. That's easily going to be 2 wounds. So saves go out, AP -1 on the fighting knife, so needs a 5 up. That fails, and then needing a 4 up on the stub gun shot also fails. 2 injury dice will be rolled out here for Rib Splitter. Unfortunate result for the Corpse Grinders. We know 1 is a serious injury, 1 went off the table being re-rolled, and it is an out of action. Big loss here. For the Iron Skulls, Diesel will activate, wants to avoid close combat with N'Zoth, so he is going to move twice. The Hand of Crimson is then going to move and then move again to get out of line of sight of Rivet. Fuse will activate, and he is going to line up a shot at the group of Corpse Grinders here that are around the loot cache. This would be a crazy shot if he can pull it off. He is going to aim. It will need 5s. Grenade launcher goes out. It is going to miss, which may not be a bad thing. Going to roll out a scatter die and a D6, and it's going to scatter with the little arrow on the D6 right off the board edge. Unfortunate there. Azrael is going to use this opportunity to protect his friend Ripper right here while he searches for the cache. He's going to throw a smoke grenade. Normally hitting on 5s, he is going to aim, taking it to a 4. And he is going to get a hit with the smoke grenade. We do have to take an ammo check because it does have the grenade special rule, and that ammo check is okay. Smoke going up for his friend, covering while he searches. Dipstick will activate, use a move to go up, and he is going to prepare to search next turn. N'Zoth is then going to make 2 moves, applying pressure to Diesel at the bottom and Fuse there at the top of the stairs. Rivet is going to use 2 moves to protect Dipstick. Spleen Carver is now going to attempt to destroy the cache, and he needs a 7. He is going to fail. And then back over for the Iron Skulls. Acid is going to make a move up. Malachi is going to attempt to destroy the cache, also needing a 7 with an intelligence check. It fails. Spike is going to make a double move, preparing to search next turn. Skorak is now going to use an action to attempt to destroy the cache, and it passes, so that is going to score another victory point and tie this game up at 2. And that brings us to the end of turn 5. Rolling up for the cache here is Nightmare, and he is going to find it. So this was right on the middle line, but in the quadrant where no cache was located, so the Corpse Grinders have found the 4th and final cache. Lots of people coming onto the board now. Bone Crusher making his way onto the board. The score is tied at 2, and everyone is going to be fighting over this last cache. Bone Crusher will be coming in where he can get down fire right on the first turn that he comes in. The smoke stays on the board, and we are ready for turn 6. Priority rolls going out for turn 6. The Iron Skulls are going to be up. Bone Crusher eyes down Nightmare. He is just out of range of his plasma pistol, but he is going to take aim and fire with his stub cannon through cover, needing 4s, and he is going to get a hit. Now this would pin Nightmare. The wound roll goes out and it's good, but the Lodge player plays the first tactics card of the entire game, Blood Surge, which means that he is actually not pinned and gets a free move. So Nightmare still remains, and then he goes to destroy the cache needing a 9, and he rolls up an 11, and the cache will be destroyed, and the Lodge of the Damned is going to end this game, taking a 3rd victory point, and they are going to win it today 3-2. This game was a long one, going every bit of 6 turns. Post-game report coming right up. Alright, welcome to the post-game, and what a match between these two. The Lodge of the Damned gets a much-needed win in this campaign, while the Iron Skulls suffer their 2nd loss. I rolled up for the Corpse Grinders today, and this game never really felt out of control. It would have been bad for me if the Iron Skulls found the cache on top of the stairs, but I felt I could get into position to stop it from being taken off the board. Having the Initiates with the Infiltrate rule really gave the Lodge an advantage in this matchup because they were able to deploy in all 4 quarters at the very beginning and immediately begin searching. I thought the Iron Skulls played well too, but just needed the game to continue, and unfortunately for them, it did not. For spoils, the Lodge will earn 3 pieces of meat and the Iron Skulls 2. The Lodge will gain 2 scavenge rolls while the Iron Skulls will get 1. The Lodge will also get +2 reputation while the Iron Skulls will lose 1. For injuries, Chop went down for the Iron Skulls and rolled up a 41. That's a grievous injury, sending him into recovery. For the Lodge, Rexar rolled up a 46, which is humiliated. That will decrease his leadership and cool characteristics by 1. No mutation occurred. Rib Splitter rolled up a critical injury and is being sent to the dock. For the cost of 1 meat, he rolls a 6 and makes a full recovery, but will be out for next match. For scavenging, both sides use a roll. The Lodge gets useful scrap, gaining an item worth up to 40 credits. The Iron Skulls roll up hidden cash and gain an item worth 10 credits to their stash. The man of the match today goes to Nightmare. He successfully destroyed 2 caches, giving the Lodge 2 victory points. One of those was critical to winning the game. With the games that have taken place this week, this campaign really feels like it has opened back up and really is up for grabs. We hope you've enjoyed this game of Necromunda as much as we have. Thanks for your support, and we will see you next time.